There we go. Hello, hello. All right, I'm back. It should be good. I've muted my own thing. There we go. We're gonna see if I can get rid of that old video, that old recording, because I don't want it to stay there, and I don't want people to go over there and then be like, oh, what the hell, you know? There we go. Fixed it. Hey, hey, welcome back. I fixed it pretty easily. It was just restarting my computer. I'm gonna go ahead and try to delete slash stop the other uh recording, I guess, because I don't want it to stay up and for people to go over there and be like, oh, it's happening, but it's all right. I'm trying to see. Hmm. I don't usually use Twitch that much unless I'm just streaming and not touching it at all. I don't mess with it at all, honestly. So I'm gonna have to like go to my channel and tweak around with it. Let's see here. In the meantime, though, I'll go over this like little piece of paper I have, and it's got most of my information. I think here we go. Oh, that's interesting. The problem is, no, it's okay. Don't worry. The problem is I can't actually mess with anything because it's my videos, but I'm viewing it in like a viewer way. I might have to do like the dashboard or something like that. There we go. Delete. There we go. Easy. Great. All right. Now the current one is broadcasting, so we're good. What I'm gonna do is pull up the recording. I'm gonna go over my talking points real quick, and then we're just gonna watch it, and I'm gonna pause and talk about it every once in a while, but I doubt it'll be too much. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody I know to hop in because I want these people to see. Oh, that's my OBS, right? Will it do the thing? Oh, it does do the thing. Hell yeah. I'm gonna paste some links everywhere and be like, guys, I'm live. I have my Twitch connected to my Discord actually. Yeah, I do. Hell yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna like copy paste my Twitch, the Reddit. Yeah, yeah. I suppose I could. I haven't used Reddit that much, and it's not. It's usually pretty mean when I go over there, but I suppose I will. I'll post a YouTube link too. And yeah, when we were collecting feedback for the Wall League and some other stuff, they were a little mean, but it's good. Oh, there's separate links. There we go. Got both those links open. I'm just gonna pull out that paper and talk about it real quick. So, as we all know, a lot of people went through a lot of feedback, and they were like, we don't like these things, we do like these things. The general consensus was that it felt like a Hades clone. I mean, I personally thought it was a little slow and felt weird to play, but beside that, it was good. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't get my links out real quick. Let me do that. There we go. Okay, I guess we can just get started. I mean, most of my stuff I'm probably gonna end up putting on a document, or I'll end up looking at this recording later and, writing it all over and, deciding what to send to the devs. I'm really curious about what they did in response to us wanting different, not versatility necessarily, but player representation. A lot of people didn't like the faces on the wizards, and they thought, it's a little bit taking away to give them more facial features. And although this is kind of done right, a lot of the wizards in Wizard of Legend have no face or kind of this weird thing going on where they have like the forehead, but it dissolves at the chin and there's actual like shading there. Pride, for instance, has no face. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful robe. But aside from that, I guess we'll see how they interpret our not demands but requests and put them in. Go ahead and lower this volume for you guys so it's not too loud. Captions as well. Off the bat, that's pretty good. Wait, let's pause here. Okay, so I feel like there could be a character creator in the future, but this is a great start to everything that people talked about. They had to choose between, this wizard and that wizard, and there were three options originally with different relic choices and like an arcana mastery of some sort. But this is great. That's even cooler. I'm not making mods. I refuse. It was pretty prevalent that they went really into stereotypical body types in the first stages of the demo. I really like that it's broader here and you can't really tell because this could be either gender. I mean, this one is like more so clearly female or of some sort of feminine body type. But like these, like that's androgynous in my opinion at least. Like this one's pretty untellable as well. But these are a pretty good representation for what people want. Although at some point I would assume people would want to create their own wizard as well. That's why Wizard of Legend 1 has such good support when it comes to making wizard robes. It's really easy and people can do whatever they want, so it works really well. This name is really nice as well. I'll talk about the cinematics in a bit, but I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks so far.
Ah, there you are.
We've been waiting for you. One of the rare few chosen for the trials.
I am Sergique, keeper of the arcane secrets, and it's my duty to ensure you wield the power of arcana.
And I am Madame Moulon, the historian of relics in the Trials of Legend.
Magic isn't just a tool, it's your true self. The question is, which element defines you?
Assuming there's going to be a pop-up right here. Yep, okay. So, my stance on general element selection, I really hope that it comes into more of a changing stuff out later in the game, and I really hope this isn't like a every time you die sort of thing, so you have to make a new character and say, oh, I want this element instead. The original game does it so well because there's not any sort of information that's thrown at you beside the very, very first tutorial, which is literally just you going around and talking to the different things. And it's like, hey, I'm the book with the arcana, you should pick from these spells. I'm the relic chest, I'm stuff like that. It's very sensical off the bat, and you don't need to think about it a whole lot. It's pretty self-explanatory. Um, Assuming these are also going for the archetypes in the first one, fire is respective to damage, water is respective to healing and cooldowns, grit, or not grit, I'm calling them by the robe names. Hope, patience, grit would be awe, and I don't think we've seen like a hugely gray robe, so I guess rule would work. Earth is associated with armor, and the grit robe itself has healing received, but I don't really agree with that. I would have preferred something else. Static slash lightning is crit damage, and the Neve's Citrine has a weird stun effect as well, but that's not really super important. And wind is evade and run speed. So if you select these and it talks about, this is your archetype, that'll influence more players to go down a file of, mono elemental or synergetic way. I think the first game is a lot better with how it throws the beginning trials at you, because you are literally just picking stuff up randomly. And it's like, you see a thing and you're like, oh, it looks cool, I'm gonna go for this. You try it out, and then if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do like it, you use it. It doesn't really need any sort of startup like this is looking like.
Wind, the element of agility
Yeah,
and
agility,
freedom.
yes.
Speed will be your ally.
The skies are yours.
The trials await you, Skyweaver.
I do like how they seem personalized, at least. It's looking like this might be the tutorial. Which would make a little bit of sense. Oh, let's see. They did make the cooldowns more visible. I do like that.
You are not alone in this, young one. We're watching your every move, offering guidance as you go.
A lot of people didn't
We
like the
support you on
commentary.
your journey
I don't.
beyond the battlefield.
I think it's a little weird because of how silent the first game is, and how silent, ideally, the protagonist of this game is. If you're not talking or acting beyond fighting, I really think it's kind of a waste to have people talk to you for the entirety of the game. Unless it's like Pokemon or something. Oh, whoa. Okay, let's go back. Is that a signature placard I saw? Oh, wait, no, it's as soon as I got it. Okay, so, in the original game, they had a hard time explaining how to use the signature. And they had, like, the blue bar and everything. And at some point, they had to kind of finick around with the stuff until people realized immediately that it was the signature. I honestly would move the health bar and the UI to the top left. Or I'd move the health bar to the top left, and I'd move the Arcana to the bottom left, as the same as the first game. Because you can look two separate places for two different values if you really need to, but you're looking at health much less often than you're looking at cooldowns if you're that often of a glancer. I have most of the cooldowns of Wizard 1 down, so I don't really look at them very often. And the icon that shows up is very helpful, but something feels better about the way they go through it. I'll probably take apart contrasts in like a editor of some sort. Real quick, the quality is not too good on this thing. I'm gonna try to crank it up. 1080p is fine. Oh, that's much better. Can this thing really handle? I don't wanna put it at that because it's gonna freak out. Yeah, I can't tell a difference even. We'll move it back to 1440. It seems more telling of what enemies are gonna do, but it's still a little strange. They seem a little fast. And I think the damage numbers they don't pop as much. Yeah, I'm assuming this is like the very first tutorial level, or something like that. Okay, let's look over these options real quick. 100% crit chance after dashing, that's pretty good. I guess the most alike relic to that in Wizard 1. Singing Bowl, kind of. Singing Bowl tied with Boots of Celerity. Is he gonna keep going over them? Maybe, possibly. No, okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit so he looks at them. Alright, 50% less damage when your kill counter is above 1. I'm assuming kill counter is like a combo sort of thing. And I think that's a pretty good incentive to have some sort of combo going. but 50% less damage is a huge buff. And unless the armor scaling or percentage scaling in Wizard 2 is not multiplicative, but unless it has some sort of strange math, like if I have 100% and then I take 50%, I have 50. If I take 50% of that, hey mage, welcome. If I take 50% of 50 and I get 25, so I'd have 70%, I feel like there's no incentive to keep stacking these huge builds like we saw in the first one. Can you run down what I missed? Yeah, so far we've got wizard representation as seen like right here. I thought it was pretty good, but I'm assuming at some point people will want some sort of customizable. I guess we'll see, honestly. It looks decent and they do look pretty androgynous, and it's a huge bit of inclusivity because the feedback that people passed on was that they wanted more like to the looks instead of just picking between, you know, a guy and a girl and like whatever relics they had in the title. I think that was a really good iteration to it. So far, the dialogue seems a little forced to me, and I don't like the idea of a silent protagonist being forced to converse a lot, even if it's like just, even specifically mostly if it's a fighting game of some sort. Because I don't think there's any point to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Shadow Face was the best iteration for me. I guess what I'm saying is I don't want to walk around while people talk to me while I fight things. In Wizard 1, I'm accompanied by jazz because I keep melody on the jazz soundtracks by Gentle Love or Dale North occasionally. Usually it's either Gentle Love or Ayaki. It doesn't credit the artists in it does in the credits but not in the jukebox itself, but I have them on Spotify so I remember them. I'm always accompanied by jazz, and the music is enough for me to keep playing, but like enjoy listening. The sound effects are good. They pop out in the first one. So far, I'm not seeing in the second one that they're so clear. There was a little signature card right here. I'm not gonna click back on it because I want to keep my place. I think showing up a huge card might be the right way to do it, like once. Yeah, I suppose it's alright. I guess we'll be listening to it more and more. When the early access drops, I'm probably going to play all weekend, so there's something like that that I'll be looking forward to. Although Friday, I do have a concert to go to, so I won't even be able to play it too much then. Alright, we're just going to keep going because that's about it. For these relics, I said 50% was kind of too much to start with, unless it's like 50% of 100 is 50, and then 50% of your 50% armor. The way Wizard 1's armor works, I might just pop this over here and then start my game and go over stuff like that. I think that might be the most efficient way to do things, actually. I think I'll go for it. So, per instance, I have, oh, I don't have the mods on, but if I put this relic on, this is 20% when it activates. This is just a straight 20% armor, and then the next 20% would be 40. But if there's like a 5% armor that you start with, and I did see some stuff like you started with 5% evade chance and stuff like that, which I personally disagree with. I like getting hit if I don't have any evade chance, and I like not having evade chance when I start off, because when I get hit immediately, if you watch me do boss rush, you'll see when I get hit, I know where to go immediately after that because I'm prepared for the knockback. So occasionally not getting that knockback, I feel will mess with people. But I'm curious as to see what other people think about the kind of upped stats. But yeah, this would be 20%, but if I had 5%, it would be 20% of that 5, and then that added on or something like that. And I'm really unsure as to how they plan on going about it. I'm really hoping it's not like Hades as well, where they have multiple separate evade checks. I don't have mods on KVAD because I was speedrunning, must you know. I was doing pretty well too. I don't. Hades is a really good game, but I feel like it could have gotten away with doing the very silly thing of letting people get 100% evade. Because if you get that quill all the way to 100 by itself, then it'll be, but you kind of can't. Or not, it's not like a quill, it's like a feather of some sort. I'm not sure if I remember. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see more about the Arcana in the future. Let's get back to it, and I'll keep it paused. Wait, I can't. I'll just have to turn the sound effects down, or the music. I mean, I'll just tab between them. So this person picks the crit after dashing, which is fine, I suppose. but depending on how it works, unless there's a huge cooldown to it, I think that's kind of really
Every
overachieving.
challenge you overcome brings you one step closer to become the Wizard of Legend.
There's no simple path.
I'm waiting for the wizard to get hit so I can talk about it. Yeah, I think the whole tone of them talking is kind of off. Let's look at the damage numbers as well. I want to point something out if they get hit anytime soon, which I'm kind of hoping for. The double pit jump is pretty interesting, and the benefits kind of making it into a roguelite or something I want to talk about as well. We haven't seen them get hit yet. Besides the first couple times that I hadn't pointed out yet. Okay, there we go. So, the 10-10 from hitting here and here, I don't like that it's just a solid stun and it makes you sit still. If I hop into Wizard 1 real quick... I have to put Callie's on or I'll die real quick, but... You'll find when you get hit, it's responsive, and that's not necessarily like it's a good thing to get hit regardless, but when you get hit, you at least reflect on it more. I feel like if you were getting stomped or crushed by something huge, it would make sense if you were only, you know, if you moved down like a little bit from it. But since this game is 2D in of itself, like it's 3D quote unquote, but like watch this. Ow, I got pushed in those directions, you know? And that way, the knockback is something that I want to pay close attention to, because if something knocks me down from here into here, I can hit that one at that angle. That sort of thing, right? A little knockback is good, yes. So far the movement seems better, and it seems like a little snappier. Like, the immediate change of direction is great. Doesn't the game pause a bit after a hit? This game, no. Like, it doesn't freeze or anything. Yeah, no, there's no hit pause. There's hit pause when you use your signature, but that's about it. Just trying to get back to the title screen. Oh, whoa, okay. We've got a relic shop. Is that the first room that they like pulled up on it? Okay, off the bat, wait, hold on. Okay, this is good. I like the training dummies. It would make sense if it was an Arcana shop, though, because a lot of players, I feel like, will grab Arcana and then not know what they do and have a hard time testing them. And then you go use it on an enemy, it doesn't do what you expect it to, you might get hit immediately, but you'll learn pretty quickly. I think this is a pretty good inclusion. I guess the relic shops, I'm kind of off on how to feel about them, because on one hand, if they were more prominent, it would make sense for them to have less items. Like Andres in the original has 5 relics every stage. That's 2 stages per section, or 6 stages total, plus the one from the final area. 7 times 5 is 35 total relics that Andres will sell you during your run, and 12 of these is the most that you can get. Right here we see, I guess we'll just go after them one after another. I think I saw that sandwich before, and this Executioner's Axe is an original thing as well. I'm not, this irks me a little bit. Very off scale compared to the prices. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think you shouldn't be able to buy, like, out an entire shop in the first run. But if I do a run of Wizard real quick, like, just going around and killing things and getting money, it doesn't matter what build I'm on. Ignore me being so poor. I was going crazy with boss rushes, and I wasn't making my money back because I was dying so quickly. If I just, like, go around and I kill these, like, this one room, for instance, with these couple ghouls, and the mage, 15 gold. 15 gold for 150, is, like, the usual 175 sometimes for relics. It's pretty easy to afford things, even if it is every time, you know? There's incentive to kill everything on the stage, which is great, but it's also... it makes sense to clear solely so that you can get stronger, even if you are taking damage. You can only do that after trading diamonds for the initial 200 gold. Oh, the gems? Yeah. You can sometimes buy out the shop, yeah. Yeah, one item per shop or more. Usually, I don't have the debug mod on, but if I kill everything on the stage, it would probably give me about, like, maybe 300 gold, I'm thinking. Maybe less, I'm not sure. Like, real quick, I got 28% of the stage, give or take, like, 5 or 10% from, you know, the starting area and the paths. That gave me 60 gold. That's enough for, you know, almost half of a relic off of the bat. So it would suffice to say you could get 2 relics or so almost every time. Whereas this one, I don't even know how much money he has. 71. 71 off of, like, that little bit of enemies. I guess that's not bad, but I'm really hoping that the enemies are either more prevalent and give more gold, or the shop prices are reduced, because the way it's balanced in the first one is very good. Okay, I haven't seen it. This is my first time, so we're going over it together. I don't want to review these relics, like, one after another, because if I do, I'll be talking about relic balance for, like, the rest of the time, and I've only got, like, 3 or 4 hours to do this. Either this stage or the next. I got you. It's much more responsive on mine. Is it lagging for you guys at all? Like, the OBS seems to not be handling it so well. Yeah. I'll probably go over relic balance at some point. Yeah, okay, it's just my OBS then. Real quick, let me go back to that golem. This looks like the same stereotypical... Ooh, there we go, stone golem is what I was gonna say. It looks like he was taking hit stun, and I think the huge enemies, such as the golem or the big guys, that is what they're called, the huge black ghouls, we call them big guy. I'm not kidding, in the Wizard 1 server. I feel like those are pretty self-explanatory when you hit them a couple times and they don't move, and they, like, they continue their hits, like they don't have hit stun. And another thing, I really liked the stage hazard dealing damage to them. The big guy, yeah. I mean, he's big, he's a guy. I think stage hazards should always do damage to everything, regardless of what side they're on, unless it's, like, a projectile from a mage hitting their own, you know, like, hitting themselves. Because, like, at that logic, you would be able to get hit by your own fireball, and that I disagree with. Every frame he gets hit, you can see this weird, like, ticking motion. That's to signify that he is reset. But he's so big, I think he shouldn't be. And he's, like, made of rock, clearly, looking. I did like that, like, stomp attack. Did he do that while he was being stunned? Hold on. Okay, while he's... Yeah, he's getting stunned. I think he should just get entire super armor. While he was attacking, he was immune, but I feel like that's, I guess it's iffy. It's kind of a tough subject, considering we haven't seen many of the other enemies. Also, what's with that weird dash? Did you guys see that? It, like, stretches them out. I'm trying to get a frame.
No-hit wonder, wizard. Let's see how long
It's fine, I'll grab one. There we go. He kind of stretches, and it's really... Yeah, he's not supposed to. Yeah, I would say that he doesn't necessarily need super armor while he's... Wait, yeah, he's supposed to what part? So Dash Arcana is removed. Yes, there's no Dash Arcana in the second game. They talked about revising it, and everyone thinks they should because Dash was an intrinsic part of the first game. I could go on for an hour over why I love Dash Arcana. Ooh, right here, I didn't notice that. That is a good way to explain that your signature is on charged, you know? Because you see it glowing while you're glowing and you think, huh, I should cast it, right? It's a really good explanation, and I think the Wizard 1 does it pretty well when it's try to gain it real quick. Nice touch to the UI. Yes, I think so. The UI was looking pretty I wasn't sure if it was underwhelming or overwhelming, honestly, because it's kind of both in a couple scenarios. A different form? Yeah, I guess we'll see. They said they'd dash like relics to compound them. Here's the big guy, by the way. You see how when I hit him, he just keeps going. He didn't care. See, like, look at this. I'll use all of my other Arcana, and it'll make sense. And the one Arcana that's like golden, it kind of lets you think, at the very least, you know, this is the one that I should cast to do. Yeah. The player highlighting is just literally all around it. You can see this in the robe editors. Oh yeah, the triple attack. It's fast too. It gets you. This signature, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I think SIGs should be tied to the wizard themselves if they are something like it. Real quick, I want to go over, what's the name of the Arcana? Cyclone Boomerang? No. Oh, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, but I forget the name for it. Whirling Tornado, yeah. So, the original one is like this, right? The signature, you can actually move this in a direction if you so choose. But it being tied to you in a sense, like, it's static, whereas I don't think there's very many signatures beside, like, wards that you just place down and then leave, right? Like, I guess, not Voltaic Needle. Radiant Beat is the best example I can think of that's kind of similar, because, like, you do this thing, it's in an aura, and then you're free to move, right? Water Dragon as well, but that's sort of like a summon category. I don't like the idea of placing down a SIG like it's some sort of utility. Unless it's, like, already a utility Arcana, you know? Ooh, okay, Children of Morta had that, where you would teleport different, like, shops and locations. I think the first game could really benefit from having some sort of long teleport back. Like, if you're all the way in the boss room, or it kind of does in the home room, but sometimes there's very long paths. I think it's usually just like a stage gen issue, but in the center you'll have the portal to go back, and that's where you end up cross-roading everything. If I take Pathfinder's map, I'll show you. It should only take a second. I've got pretty good computer specs. All right, this is a pretty good example. This is a good example for a lot of things, actually. So the portal is going to be here once I get into any of the shops, and then I can teleport back here and start my other paths if I want to. My only problem is, imagine this wasn't right here, and you came all the way over here. You can't really get back without walking all the way back, but that's just a stage gen thing. Having portals to all of these bosses is a really good feature, and I feel like it's balanced well because you get all of that stage completion out, and then you can move freely, you know? He does go back here, you're right, and he can afford stuff now. I'm curious as to see... Whoa, hold on. 5 seconds, you have a double chance of evading the next attack. Interesting. You can afford 2 things. Yeah, the health and the cloud armor. Yeah. We'll go over relics at some point. I'll probably get like a document open. That UI right here kind of made it sound like he got it permanently. But I would just... Yeah, the very next attack is a little strange. I do like the slam. I feel like it might be looked down upon like it's a Hades thing. They're very responsive of being pushed into pits, which I like. The damage numbers seem decent. I haven't seen the wizard get hit too much. Whoever's playing this demo knows how to play and has played the first one, I can guarantee you. You can see them kite the enemies back a second ago. I'm not going to go back because I'm kind of dwindling on really, like a lot. But they'll kite the enemies, get them in one sort of area, and then pick them off with whatever ranged attacks they have that are still sort of aura, I want to say. It's... we'll see, we'll see. I'm trying not to talk too much and let it, like, play out, you know? That portal to the next area is pretty decent, I would say. I'm assuming this is going to be the boss. That health orb is good. It makes sense if you've seen the first one. Earth or lightning boss? Lightning boss. Yeah, I was gonna go over generation at some point as well. I mean, right here, this is literally just I'm gonna go down here. Oh, nope. I'm gonna go over here. Oh, hey, Nox. You know what? Let's go see what Nox has. It's like you're rewarded for traversing, but it's not just a straight like go ahead. You know. This game is a prequel, so this will likely see... Oh, it sent me back? Wow, that's weird. Did I do that with my controller? I don't think so. Interesting. Oh, is it here? Maybe?
Challenge you overcome
Nope.
brings you
A
one
little bit
step.
further on. Yeah, it looks a lot like Hades. Oh, it was like 7 minutes and something. Yep, right here. This game is a prequel, and it's kind of miscellaneous where the lore is gonna be. I'm really hoping it's explanatory and makes a lot of sense or like feels good, but we'll see. Interesting. He's just kind of taunting the guy.
Get ready to see, hear, and
Oh shit,
feel
Suman.
a thunderous performance.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
This may come as a shock to you, but it
I really don't like a good couple parts of that.
this
And we
may
did see
come
he
as-
evaded right there as well. But that was with the cloud armor actually, right? Yeah, yeah. I would still add the little stars on the bosses. I think adding Suman was a little strange considering he doesn't really look older in the first one. I mean, he's a sticky rice cake dessert here too, to be honest. He's a little scrawny, you know. I'm just gonna go straight down to the boss and, you know, fight one of them to kind of explain some stuff. It seems responsive, and I do like that you can punish a lot of options. Oh, the box guys is something another enemy that doesn't take hits on like that. It's hard to explain, but when oh god. Those stars say to me very clearly, along with his weird positioning, that he's stunned, right? Like if you know, he's stunned there. He's stunned there. It's so obvious, and it's like in the first one it doesn't encapsulate that almost because it's pixelated, or almost because it's not pixelated, but it seems pretty responsive on punishing attacks. I don't think a lot of randomized placement like those lightning strikes that killed the wizard is a good idea because a lot of people don't like Zeal's meteor signature because it just hits randomly. There's no incentive to learn how to dodge it because there's no real pattern to it. Whereas most of those attacks, like the waves across, those were really good because you
as
could just
a
dash through.
shock to you, but agility and adaptability are key. Don't charge right into the thunder.
We do say they have 5 relics already, which is a little concerning, because I haven't seen them, you know, gain anything, right? The little information right here is pretty good. When they go back, I'm curious as to see what'll happen. Huh.
Finally awake? You put up quite the fight out there, but no one said becoming the Wizard of Legend was simple. Welcome home. When you're ready, meet me at the training grounds. I've got a little surprise waiting for you.
Okay, huge buff, because in the original, yeah, it's a girl, they picked a girl. In the original, like the very early demo, you just die. You just die completely and pick a new wizard every time. And I'm sorry for shouting, but a lot of people were like, whoa, you mean to tell me that my wizard is just gone every time? And the fact of the matter is, when I become the Wizard of Legend, it's literally because I didn't just die forever. When you, yeah, it could be me. Yeah, for real. I mean, the fact is, if you make your character yourself and then die and have to make a new one, you lose all, like, sense of self in it. Whereas if I die here, and it's gonna be kind of hard because I'd have to, like, kill myself, you know? Yeah, that's the same thing I said. I said in the demo, I don't want to play as a guy named Gandalf Muggle Puncher. I'm Cerberus, and I'm gonna be Cerberus in all of the games that I play, right? But, like, when you die, it fades to black, and then you portal home, right? I'm assuming it's some arcane, you know, revival stuff. It seems a little weird that you're just kind of lounging on that chair, but whatevs. This is a good little home area. Whoa, okay. Cloaks and masks, okay. This is customization, so it's solely look, I would say, and I'm a little worried about Chaos Gems being the currency to get them, assuming you got 6 from dying at the first boss. In the original, if you're keeping the prices at like 75 and 150 is pretty steep. I would hope that beating the boss would reward you with like 50 something Chaos Gems. Because I came in here with like 825, I want to say. And when I kill the boss for here, I'll get like, I don't know, 10, 20 maybe. You occasionally find them through the trials, but they're always still coming up. I really hope that the currency balancing is alike to the first one. These are some cool looking capes though. Yo, ooh, He didn't look at mask is something I want to point out. I wonder if that's just because it's like too early. But I'm a little it's a little iffy to me that you can change the color of your robe, but I'm assuming you will also... Yeah, they're just cosmetics from what I can tell. I'm assuming you can also... Fuck, I just spelled tea all over my... 1 second. Oh, man, I made like some nice chai. This is like the 5th time I've gotten some sort of drink on this mousepad. Ooh, alright, 1 sec. What's happening? What keeps happening? You think the medallions have the cloak effects from the first game? Yeah, I saw something about medallions. I'm kind of curious. I think the robes in the first game were the best thing for stat benefits. Can you guys still hear me okay? I'm a little across the room. I think the robes were the best thing for the stat benefits because you would see it and you'd say, oh, this does that, and I can memorize what color it is and like what it does really quickly. Okay, great. It's... We'll see more as time goes on what they plan to do about customization and creating your wizard before you go on to the trials, but I'm really hoping that choice isn't final. Alright, we're back. It's gonna be a slightly damp mousepad, but that's okay, you know, my room's always covered in some sort of miscellaneous liquid. That wording was a little strange, but you know what I mean. This is like the little training ground area. Last time we saw over in this area, you can't really see it because it's out of camera. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I'll spill stuff a lot. I mean, I'm drinking chai. I was drinking soda like a second ago. I got home and I passed out. Don't bring the blacklight. Nah, it's not like germy. It's usually clean, but I spill stuff on my mouse pad as well. At least it like soaks everything up. It's one of those like LED mouse pads though, so every time I spill it, the lights get a little worse. It's fine. If we can go back to it, if it shows a little bit more. That was a decent transition. He's gonna curve to the right, so this is the best option I have. This might be the medallion thing. It's kind of visible, but not really. Over here, that's where you upgrade your station, kind of. I like to Hades, where you get that book. I don't remember what it's called. The House Contractor, right? That's good. Yeah, it's a pretty big one. And plus there's the training grounds outside too. Like this is all just house stuff. And there's other wizards out here.
Tajik is looking for you. Best not keep him waiting. After that, you can explore the Trials Mansion, where only the chosen few reside. Go see Sergique, and we'll talk more about this place soon.
Interesting. Oh, he's right here.
You're back. So I gotta ask, did you see how Thunder Ace Sumon's combos follow a pattern?
Summon? Maybe you'll see other wizards on your lobby. Yeah, I mean, if it's like an online thing, then maybe, but probably not. It's... The storytelling is a little strange to me because these guys are huge, burly black dudes who are definitely better wizards than you, and then they're like, oh, you have to be the Wizard of Legend. What do you mean I do? You're a big burly, like, you're clearly very proficient with Arcana, and it's kind of untelling why you specifically are the... Well, you have to be the Wizard of Legend. Like, having mentors kind of hurts the ideology of being the solo guy. Maybe their grooming is crazy, actually. Yeah, they said Arcana. And I don't think it's one or another of Arcana or versus Arcana, but I personally like Arcana more. And in the earlier videos, like the tutorial, or not the tutorial, the trailer, it said Arcana. It was Mulin's voice too. She said Arcana. And I remember this so well. But there's nothing here. When I die, let me Arcana. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, Arcana versus Yeah, I gotcha. So like, look at these relics. These are all just random bullshit go. And I'm at 100% and I can afford, you know, well, I haven't even cleared the whole stage yet. I'm at like 50 and I can afford like 2 of them, right? There's 150, there's 175, and there's 100, right? Let's say I want more damage, and I also, you know, I've got to fight Freya. Don't know, I don't. Okay, shit. You know, I want some more health, you know? Damn it. So, I can teleport back, and that's the great thing about the stage gen. It seems almost identical in the first one. But I'm really hoping one of these guys can, like, kill me or I get, like, ganked. I really doubt it, because I have Absorption Coil, but I'll let the next, like, series of people kill me for the demonstration. I'm taking increased damage from Halady. Yeah, there we go. I just disappear, and I portal home, right? Nobody's like, oh, get back up. You got this, wizard. You know? It's just like, shit, I'm gonna go beat the shit out of that ghoul that fucking punched me, dude. I'm so pissed. And then you go up there. When you're in the tutorial, the guards outside talk to you like you're the very last guy. They mispronounced sigil? What do they say? Sigil? Shit. This was a good tutorial as well. I really wish the original one doesn't have to, or the sequel, I mean, the sequel prequel, if you will, doesn't have to call back in time, really. This is like after the fact of the trials, right? So it makes sense that they're like this. Sigil? Like Sigil? Ew. Maybe it's just, maybe they're just multiply pronounced like that, you know? Oh, that's crazy. The bird seagull. Oh yeah. This legendary seagull, you know? No, I don't think so. All of the Arcana in this tutorial, you learn how to use really quickly because of the little icon things. Hey, ganking my shit. And like the little dummies and the static wizard that was just tossing the stuff, right? That was really good. Like, that was really good design. And then this thing like exploding and bringing you in was a really good tutorial to main setup. I liked it a lot. Was the Arcana icon still show up when it's ready? Yeah, it pops up above you. But like, look at this. So you see a mirror and you see its mouth moving while it talks to you. This is the only tutorial you get. This is the only like, you know, oh, let's talk. You know, blah blah blah, 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 and then you go play the game. That's it. I feel like in the second one, it might be more of a story like Hades. Hades, every time you die, you can talk to people again and you can go about their character arcs better, but it kind of leaves an incentive to die so that you can progress the story. And in my case, I beat the game on one of like my 13th try or something, and I couldn't progress the story because of how good I was, because it was based off of how often you died or came back to the House of Hades. So I'm really hoping in the first one, or I mean in the second one, the story doesn't, I want it to be progressive because I like the idea of it feeling personalized. Zagreus was a great main character in Hades because you don't see him as yourself necessarily, but it's like a story and a game at the same time, whereas this is more of a game and Wizard 2 seems more of a story so far.
If you memorize it, you can evade it.
Are these just Arcana to unlock and get, or what?
Make sure to at least look at the blazing whip arcana. Engulfing foes in flames sounds fun.
Basic, signature, standard is not... Yeah, I don't like it either. It's a little weird looking so far. Probably the first thing I'll do when I get into the game is move my Arcana over to look like this, dude. I don't even care. Like, no, it shouldn't be like this. Look at this. No. And I get that there's no dash, so it's more like this, and then, you know, you dashing is just kind of not there. I still just don't agree with that, and I feel like there should be, like how Terraria has different types of layouts, I think there should be an original, like, classic layout, and then, like, a new gen, something like that layout. Like, literally just a Wizard of Legend 2, or Wizard of Legend 1 layout, and then it sets that to be that, and dashing is still, like, it's there, but it's not, like, it's not visible. I think Dash Arcana would fix a good couple parts of this game. The charges was okay. The little, like, 1 and 2. Did I make my map way bigger? Yeah, that's my bad. With Radiant Beat, you'll see very clearly. Yeah, I would say so too. I hate when games dumb down the UI. I'm a little tired. The UI, because this is perfect but simple. Even the wizard's like little icon, this is see-through. I can see stuff in it. I can see stuff through my health bar when I take damage. Like, let me go jump in a pit a couple times. But like, look at this. See, halt. Only wizards who have been invited to participate in Chaos Trials are allowed past this point. It recognizes that you're the last guy. The council said that there was one more person, then you go. You don't really talk to any of these people. They're just kind of like... These guys are participants or in the trials, like, to test stuff out. And to try to become a part of... It feels more like Hades than Wizard, honestly. Yeah, but I'm hoping it transfers over at some point. It's mostly about the art, but I feel like the UI would be a good frosting for the cake. They would make it seem more wizard-one-y. You can't even talk to these guys when you're at your tutorial, I don't think. Can you? Oh, no, it just wasn't letting me in a second ago. Like, look at this. These guys are going for it. It doesn't really say why you're trying to beat the trials, but you're just trying to become the Wizard of Legend. The quote-unquote motivator of the first game is that you're trying to get back to your original timeline. Yeah, I would say so. I'm a little worried that they're going to lose their Wizard 1 fan base. When you get to the end of Wizard 1, Sora says, the insignia is also your key to returning home, i.e. talking about you getting back to your original timeline. You do come back because plot device, obviously, but it seems a lot more, I guess, responsive, and it seems like the plot is tangible, you know? This just seems like a bunch of Neanderthals
After
are being
all my
thrown into
time
magic.
mastering new arcana, I realize one truth. Power alone isn't.
That's not true. Double Trouble, Pride, Callie's Flower, Diatom, wipe everything in boss rush.
Come
Nah, I'm
wizard
kidding.
of legend. You must embrace the essence of each battle as it unfolds. Your path is clear. Become the Wizard of Legend.
But Hieronymus stands at the end of this journey.
And only the word
Oh, I said that's not true. Double Trouble, Callie's Flower, Diatom, and Pride, and then wipe everything in boss rush.
worthy will face him. Defeating him is no small feat.
The idea that there's a current Wizard of Legend, what did he say? He said damage isn't the only key, you have to like embrace the essence of battle or something. I think the idea that there's like a current Wizard of Legend versus just a bunch of wizards is a little weird, because when you beat the game, he says you are worthy of becoming a Wizard of Legend. It's not clear what happens after that to the rest of the wizards that supposedly make it through the trials. I personally have like a small headcanon that Sora has like a war effort, and everybody that beats him gets to be put on his team during the war, right? And that makes sense, and you don't see from any of these Wizard of Legends anymore after that point. But in this one, it's just like a competition to be the coolest guy and like have the thing. I don't really feel the same way about the plot. Wizard War? Yeah, for real. It was something I talked about when we were talking about like storytelling a long time ago, but it's probably not gonna be prevalent in anything like this. I guess we'll see how they take the lore into account. Put it in a suggestion box. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna take apart this video on my own and like write stuff down, but whatever. That icon is similar to Children of Morta. There's little totems that pop up and offer you temporary buffs or sometimes permanent like relic things. This is like a buff to your Arcana, which I like the idea of. I feel like it might be a little complicated for some people, but I honestly like this. I also think it's nice that there's a... Oh yeah, it is. Nice eye, yeah. That might be a different thing. I don't think so, though. I also really like how there's a free option in case you can't afford the other ones. That's really helpful. And see, like, he picked the free one because he's broke. Yeah, I think the gold gain should be increased. Yeah, I'm very grossed out by this. Take a quick look at my dashing. It feeds so well, and I can do it really, really quickly. I feel like the second game makes it slower, and it's kind of prevalent that your movement isn't as strong in the second one. Like, look at this
Keeping your
dash.
health high like that is
Once he
crucial.
does it.
Who knew you had the constitution?
Dash number one, he goes in this direction. He has like a good bit of end lag. I'm gonna go get a frame editor. Hold on, I'm just gonna plug my mods back in. I should have it installed. We love frame data? Yeah, for real. Oh, I don't have it. Hold on. I uninstalled it at some point because I was doing some other work. I think this is gonna mess with my computer a little too much. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. These. Okay. I don't even see it. I don't even see my my mod thing. I had it for a while. Hey, welcome, Jack. I'm reviewing pretty much. I'm looking for. I know I had it for like the longest time. Yeah, I'm surprised as well. let's... I'm just gonna re-download it real quick. No, I'm reviewing Wizard 2. It's just really similar to Hades. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go reinstall it real quick. Time Unity editor, here it is. GitHub? Oh, fuck. Alright, 50-50, I remember how to use GitHub. There's a competitive community of WoW? Yeah, yeah, no. I'm a big member in the PvP League, and I've been trying to get them, like, up to, speedrun of this game. I'm no match. Nah, you gotta lock in, I swear. I swear it's normal. So, real quick, we're just gonna, So, I take this, go in here, this is probably gonna have a DLL for me, I would hope. I'm just dropping this whole thing in there, then. Windblown? I haven't seen Windblown. I guess we should see. If you want a link to the Wizard server, I can, real quick, just... There you go. Alright, I'm really hoping I didn't break anything. F7? Nope. F12? Here it is. Okay, so... If I slow time real quick... let's put it at... Oh, you see how even if time is frozen entirely, I can move every single frame? Like, I'm not moving at all, but all of my actions can be immediate. Okay, this is just at half speed. I dash down, I have those 3 different sprites of end lag, which is maybe like 20 frames, I'd say. I'm gonna do even slower. Here, 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 here. Those are all the frames that I have where I can't move. But it takes so long for things to hit you that it's fine regardless. Like I dash over here, that airburst is not gonna hit because I'm dashing straight up. There's like a little bit if I dash right here. If he hit me, like right here, that would be fair to get hit by that. But it's just not like, it's not the same feeling in the second. Let's bring this back up. That's the link to the PvP server. It's also where I'm in half the time. This little crystal thing again. I think the relics will be interesting to look at.
The relics you might have discovered in the trials, remnants of a time when magic thrived. Now, as they fade, these relics are our last link to the ancient powers.
Huh? He looks so goofy, I can't handle it. But there's not less relics, there's plenty of relics. There's 72 times 3 for like 200 and something. Not even to consider Plaza relics and Cursed relics. And Dr. Song as well. That chest's a little weird. Is that a mimic boss? Interesting? Like a mini boss? Okay, I kind of like that. That seems a little interesting that it like fights back like that, but the type of thing that it does seems really random and like it doesn't have an attack pattern.
This prosperity seagull armor you've chosen belongs to
Oh,
a
seagull?
king who
She
thought
did just say
money-
seagull. Let's go back there.
Seagull.
Prosperity sigil armor. Alright. If you have more than 250 gold, damage will scale by 15%. Interesting.
This prosperity seagull armor you've chosen belonged to a
Seagull.
king who thought money was power.
Most likely
His
we're
pockets
referencing
always
Midas.
jingled and his punches cracked steel, but his gold lust killed him.
Probably Midas. Yeah. It's not looking like you'd get enough.
You're a no-hit wonder, wizard. Let's see how long you can keep this streak going.
I wanted to just shut the fuck up about how I'm doing it hitless. Imagine I do the entire run hitless and then I have to sit here and listen to him talk about it. The more commentary they give, the more I dislike it. $148 in gold? Yeah, probably. I hope so too. I mean, the customized, oh, like dialogue? Yeah. Well, really, it might be a little controversial. Children of Morta was a very large storytelling game. Honestly, that might be a good idea, yeah, if you have like a silent protagonist mode where you just play it. Children of Morta was a huge storytelling game, and you'd get a lot of dialogue options, but it made sense because it was a story game. Whereas this, I think, should be more focused on gameplay itself. Also, look at this weird thing. Yeah, new sections sometimes, or like demonstrating something would be good. If you want more dialogue in Wizard 1, what you do is you go talk to people that you've never talked to before. Because nobody talks to everyone the first time, right? You don't just go around and talk to people, like every single person, and then start the trials. No, you get pissed off because that fucking ghoul knocked you into that pit, and then you got knocked around by Catastrophic Codex, you jump right back in. And you talk to Andres and Iris and Nox, and Andres and Iris have new dialogue for every stage that they're on, depending on the element of the stage itself. And there's dozens of people in the trials, like the plaza, at home, and in the museum to talk to whenever you just want to listen to more people. I think that's plenty of dialogue, and this one gives it more of like a reading and thinking story. What's with this wide wizard? It looks stretched out to me. I don't know. I do think it's a pretty good mini-map, though. I really hope you can expand it the same way as the first one. Oh, whoa. Look at this. This thing has... that? You think it's gonna break? Or do you think it has a duration? Because that looks a little strange to me. Yeah, he can finally get one relic, yeah. That's just not the best, I don't think. I also don't like that the chests stayed there after you killed them. I do like these little art pieces that were up there. And this is very clearly an Earth stage, but I don't like how they're kind of weird floating islands. I miss the arena and the walls.
Feel the ground tremble beneath your feet. I'm about to rock.
Yeah. Well, there's some voice acting. Zeal and Atlas go like, ugh. Like, ha, ha, like when they kill you and stuff like that. Or like, the most that you get out of them is like grunts from effort. I don't know how to use this version of Unity Editor. The one I'm familiar with is the other one, and I'm looking for it right now. Oh, here it is, here it is. Great, here we go. That's Thunderstore too, so that's easy. Just gonna manual download it and drag it down myself. Like, look at that, look at that. And I'm just gonna put all of this into, easy. Oh, it might throw it all in there. It did. I'll fuck with it later. Well, no, I'll fix it now, because I probably should. Why is it dinging at me? I just wanted it to have, like, this. I'll just extract it here and then drag it. This will give me the folder. And then this I'll drag. And then I'll get rid of the other pieces. Unless I fuck something up. Was that thing you used to slow down a wall? Oh, well, that's runtime Unity editor and my little explorer as well. It's what I use for modding sometimes, but I usually just use it for frame data or something like that. Yeah, they just looked like random guys to me, and it would have been great if, like, I mean, I'm not trying to seem biased here. That's the Explorer is this thing. I'm not trying to seem biased here, but if they had been like, you know, yo, Cerberus, do you want to try out Wall 2 and stream it? I'd be like, dude, fuck yeah. Because I'm literally working for them, right? But, I think it's decent in a way for publicity, but at the same time, it's kind of a glass cannon. Because if the streamers don't like it, well, they're kind of paid to like it. But if the streamers don't enjoy it too much, then their player base is going to think, you know, oh, this wasn't that good to these guys, so. But real quick, if I just go into fire boss level. Or you know, let's do Sora. Let's fight Sora. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm just gonna no clip up here. Don't mind me. So, right here, that little bit of dialogue right there, perfect. You can kind of hear it in his voice while you're reading it in your head. And then, like, his grunts when you're throwing shit at him, that's perfect, right? That's the only sound you need from him. And the wizard doesn't do anything because they're a silent protagonist, but like, look at that. It's so demonstrative that he's feeling it, and it's probably the best artistic choice that Wizard 1 could make. Ow. Gotta stop getting hit. The option to spam A is, yeah, for real. I feel like there should be kind of the same thing, but you can't really skip dialogue so well. With, I guess Hades did this pretty well. If you just keep pressing A while Hades is talking to you, he'll just be like, I feel this little boy. Little boy. And like he just keeps getting like interrupted and he just goes to the next sentence, sure, but you still hear like a little bit of it. And I think that's good enough. But this game's player base is going to be a little strange considering we don't want dialogue. Or at least the majority of us don't want a huge storytelling arc like that. Aw, man, I thought I could get cheeky and throw that. It's like, he's responsive, and even here, you can tell when he has super armor because it's such a bright contrast, but the stars are the best demonstration I have for stun. Like, if I was going to picture someone getting stunned, also the dash length, I wanted to point out right there, when I just got through his defenses completely by getting, like, just a little close to him, that was perfect, you know? Oh, I got comboed, yeah. But it's like, it's easy to get through it really quickly if you know what you're doing. Because he'll throw some stuff at me, I'll just dash right behind him and, you know, start beating him up, right? Also, if there's contact damage, I'm going to be pissed. They're too busy trying to reinvent the wheel. I feel the same way. Like, I really like it, and I really hope it looks better in the future, but I'm just not super confident right now. Yeah.
Well,
Why does he sound like robotic? Yeah, no, me too. I think he needs some sort of trailing. Like, he needs to have the sight lines were really helpful. The way he bows is interesting. Forgotten Arcana variants, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the wizard's dashes? No, yeah, it's not responsive. Interesting. I think if you're gonna change the way the Arcana work, you have to explain what it does really well. You know, the bosses? Eh. I feel like Atlas is supposed to be slow, and Suman was fast. But like, now his Arcana does something new. Arcana? Yeah, no, I don't like it. Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
You're a few hits from expiring. Focusing on trying to reach the next healing room should be the right way.
You think they know that they're distracting the wizard by talking while they're, you know, healing? What the fuck is that thing? Oh, ew, interesting. Why did they turn my boy Nocturne into a frog, bruh? There is no healing room? Well, yeah, but it's like the shop, you know? That's interesting, I guess. But it's also not always the stage that you get the Arcana, or that you get the relic shop on, as far as I could tell. Yeah. The dialogue does seem just forced. That's crazy. See, this is a super golem, and it's very evident that it has super armor, yeah. But it should just be like a mini boss thing. What the fuck? Did it just use rollout on my boy? What the fuck? Damn. It seems too fast for a golem. And the way the super armor works doesn't really behave as I would expect it to. Interesting. I wonder what that portal does. He'll go back to it, yeah. He got a little bit of health there, but he's still just really low. The pots do smash when you walk into them, which is good. Oh yeah, he did expand the map right there. What biome is this now? It's still the jungle. I think it's a consistent one biome per, like, run. Which is a little weird, but it's okay. Is that Nox? That's Nox. He doesn't look as zesty as the first game. Interesting? Yeah, like he's just in the jungle. What do you mean distinctions? Not sure what you mean. Those spikes are well, they're decent, I suppose. I liked the timed hazards. Yeah, like, the dialogue just jumps in and talks, and my guy was in the middle of fighting. At the very least, if it, like, registered if you use the move in the past, like, you know, couple seconds. Or maybe when you're using Arcana, if it would just reduce the sound of the, like, the dialogue. Just, like, the amount of volume of it. Oh, my guy's gonna die, isn't he? Oh, yep. Interesting. Yeah, I would say so. Eh. Yeah, eh. It seems decent. Huh. What I'm gonna do... I'm gonna do a couple runs. I'm not gonna speedrun or anything. Well, no, I am. Malding that there's too many pixels? Yeah. I think you can have a sequel that improves or expands upon the art style. It is far too late, yes. I think they said to me and they said to everyone else they wanted to expand upon Wizard of Legend 1. I just don't think they needed to expand to this extent. I think the art choice was good once they made it visible and once they made it, like, work well. I think it was unnecessary to have a couple things in there, but the way they did it, it works at least well enough. I find that the second game feels... Wilds in 2025. Yeah. It says early access, so I'm hoping that they work on it for like a while. I'm really just... I hope they take the feedback into deep consideration, and I think they will because they've done a really good job so far. I'm gonna take in feedback from a lot of different people and try to pass on as much as possible because I really want this game to be something great. As for features, a lot of people have talked about... My time was really bad on that stage. A lot of people have talked about how helpful it would be to have a sort of online feature. Like, we have online co-op and that's great and all, but like a PvP matchmaking would be good. Once you beat the game the first couple times, scratch the whole thing. I don't know about all that. I think the first one is perfect, and I don't want it to be touched very much. I think Wizard 2... It's strange to me that it's a prelogue, but it's also higher resolution. You know? And the way the plot fits together, it's just the pieces don't add up for a sequel. Hades doesn't feel... Or Hades 2 doesn't feel like Hades 1+1. If online play was in the first game, the League would be much more popular, and we probably wouldn't even have a whole lot of incentive for a second game. I really wish they said more about it, yeah. I'm curious to see people's, like, artistic choices if we get that sort of info from them, but as it stands, I just can't agree with some of the choices being made. And I have faith. I have a lot of faith. I'm probably going to play it regardless, and I'll probably keep giving my feedback. If it feels really bad to play for me, because this game I have down to every bit and piece of my muscle memory, you know? I guess they want it to look familiar, but that's not the way to do it, you know? This game, I have every single frame, every single pixel down to muscle memory, and it feels entirely right to me to do everything I need to. The second game, I just couldn't get along with it in the same way. Yeah, I get some of that. After this run, I'll go over my notes real quick. Oh, ew, yeah, maybe. I doubt it, but we'll see. That doesn't kill her. Oh boy. I don't like that she's alive. Ow. Gets released and we never mentioned it again. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Look at it. She laughs at you. You heard that, guys, right? So, on my notes, I have solutions to player feedback, right? I feel like they listened. Wall 3 Return to the Pixel will be goated. Maybe. I really just want Wall 2 to get rollback netcode and modders that are dedicated to having some sort of port for it. If Dead Mage wanted to expand upon the first and they did something like online features or more continuation, that would be great, right? Or like, that'd be really hard. I do think they listen to a lot of stuff. The way you build is huge. The way the robes work is kind of confusing. The customization, I'm not sure they went in the right direction for, because I like how all of these robes, if you like how it looks, you pick it, but also it has benefits regardless of the robe that it's on, and you can pick Shadow if you don't like how it looks, right? Like, I pick Shadow with Awe because it's kind of gross looking. Like, it's a very bright yellow. And these cosmetic robes that people have made, this one's mine, like, these are easy to put in the game, and they provide more, to the point where it feels a little weird if you could have any robe on any, like, little color, you know? That irks me a little bit. You did. These are extra robes. Well, actually, unless you've beaten the secret boss thing, then no, you haven't. Everything from here to about here is modded robes. These are all modded robes. I'm on modded right now to show stuff off. It's I don't know. Yeah. Relic synergies, the descriptions were a little off in the second one, and it wasn't like as clear. Like, some of them were like, reduces crit damage by 100%, but increases crit damage by like 20%. And like that, it was very like the dialogues were switched. I'm wondering if they fixed those. I guess we'll see. I'll have to get like a huge bug list when I first start the game, probably. Most likely. I'm curious to see what their response to people's responses will be. And this video is only a day old, so we kind of have to just keep waiting for it. My feedback is clear. I have really high hopes, but it's not proving me very happy so far. I guess we'll see. I'm gonna go slow and think some stuff over real quick, so probably a silent bit of gameplay for a sec while I mill it over. Oh, I missed. Oh boy. Yeah, at some point the UI in Wizard 1 was improved upon with the clarity mod, but it's really nice that these, you immediately know what they do. Or if it's like multiplicative, Double Trouble will just say it increases damage, like it just doubles damage, right? Yeah, he is. He was doing challenge runs for the first game. And I stopped by and we he's in the Wall League, so we started talking, and he's pretty chill. Is he still here? Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I mean, yeah. Yeah, you're still here. I think if the second game doesn't go well, I'm just gonna keep creating my space in the Wizard 1 community. Like, I'll probably find modders that are interested in rollback netcode at some point. When yeah, he got off literally the second that we started it. And that's why I started my stream. Oh shit, Shark Mask. If this was like a run, I'd be really happy about that, but... Nah, it's like 10 p.m. for me. I slept at like 6 because I was really tired, so I'm probably not going to get off anytime soon, but if you guys want to play PvP, we can. Or PvE for that matter. If you guys have Steam and can stream, then I don't mind. Or like, stream it to me, I mean. You guys put my runs to shame? Nah. Any run is good so long as you know what you're doing. It doesn't really matter about how well you perform, but like how good it feels to you. And over time, it felt better to me to improve my gameplay and improve my times and my speed and everything like that. Speedrun.com, I'm number 5 right now. I was number 4 before fucking Waffle got really lucky. But like, I like speedrunning, so I got really good at it. And I like Wizard of Legends, so I got really good at it. But if you enjoy the game and it's just simple to do what you're doing, then you don't have to improve upon that if you don't like really want to. If you feel like mastering it, then master it, but there's no complex to it, you know? It just is what it is. That did a lot of fucking damage. Yeah, on a run I wasn't trying too hard and I got 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Alright, let's see here. The relics, I think we talked about. I feel like it'll go okay. I guess we'll see. I really want the UI just in general to be fixed. I feel like it doesn't express enough because this, right off the bat, how are you not dying after a hit? Callie's Flower Diatom, when I get hit, for the duration of it being up, I can't take any more damage, and it'll prevent me from dying. Yeah. When I get hit, it gives me signature and makes me immune for the time that it's active, right? When I look at this screen, and the stats menu mod is really helpful, it's on the left right here, that's what I was going to talk about before. If I get 2 pieces of armor, oh, pay attention to my EFF armor being 0, and my... Oh, sorry, I mic muted. And my shield being 0, but I have 5% crit chance and no evade and shit like that, right? If I get, best armor link that isn't active at any point in time, I think it's just Shawl is the only one that says static, like, you know, 5%. It goes up to 5. If I get a 20%, it'll just be 20% plus 5%. But it'll add it to a total, and then it'll run the total. That's why 100% evade or 100% evade and armor builds work. In Hades, it's additive, but it's separate checks. So you'll have 12% evade from something, you'll have 20% evade from something. It'll run the 20, then it'll run the 12. And then you don't have any max or guaranteed, you know? Like, you can have 10 10s and it's equivalent to 100, but you're much more likely to get hit than if you just had 100%. Well, I mean, you wouldn't get hit if you had 100%, you know what I mean? See here. For diversity, we didn't see a lot of different arcana being used. I'm curious as to what the chromatic stuff is, because it's kind of like nonsensical right now, and I guess we'll get more into it when the game, you know, is released and people get the chance to look at it, but I guess we'll see. God of War was a glorified cutscene in the gaming industry, and I feel like Wizard of Legend 2 is going in like the big studio direction, that sort of thing. It seems like a lot of it is looking... Oh, I forgot to put Diatom back on. Yeah, that's what happens if I don't have it. I feel like... Yeah... Wizard 1 was so unique to me, and it seems ripped away in the second. I guess we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, we have Chaos Gems in this one, but it's different, you know? It's not as much. I'm getting Sig card here. Oh my god, they missed. It's underwhelming and overwhelming somehow, but in different aspects, but it's a good improvement, honestly. You don't have the Arcana that I'm using? Yeah, they're Chaos. You'll get them, don't worry. It does, it just seems... It seems unique, but you don't need unique in a sequel, kind of. You need familiarity to an extent, but also branching out is what they wanted to do, but they didn't expand upon it as well as I think they could have. Yeah, they are. They're paying a lot of really good attention. Multi on Steam Online? We use Steam Remote Play or Parsec occasionally. I'm not really a fan of Parsec because it's been doing me dirty, but Remote Play is pretty simple. I could walk you through it if you wanted me to. Yeah, Sweaty's still working on it. I went on this guy's stream and all I see is him like doing push-ups and then like getting the shit beaten out of him and doing like mini raid stuff. There's a lot going on. But like, you see how all of my Arcana feel unique, but they make sense immediately? I mean, I have all of the Arcana down to heart, and it's really hard for me to see it any other way. But when I use my Buster, it's immediately like a jump, and then I get knocked back. It pushes me around. It does multiple pieces, you know? Gaming ADD is crazy. Yeah, basics with Berserk are really nice. But like that moves me around. When I get hit, Buster 1, Buster 2, that's reasonable distance. I went from here to here about off of just casting two things. In the first one, it feels like you're just making them show up. Like it's instantiating them and then they just kind of do whatever. Or in the sequel, I mean. Like I'm having a hard time bouncing between. Yeah. It seems like you're just spamming your basic, and you do the same in the first one if you kind of don't know what you're doing too much yet. But, oh god damn it, you're kidding me. It's a little strange to me, is all. I might keep streaming for the rest of the night. I might just do some regular trials and think about it a little bit more. I might try for another record. What do you guys think? Oh, I missed both of those buster hits, so I'm like fucked here. I just gotta not get hit, okay. He's not dead! I gotta lock in, man. There we go. It's not even sub 3. What else do I have on my notes? Self-application into the protagonist. I feel like the emphasis on creating your character is a little better, and I like how you can choose, the androgynous wizard and the faceless wizard. That stuff is great. I think it fits a little weirdly into the plot because you're still just like doing some weird shit. You can pick between a multitude of options, more like. I mean, I can walk you guys through, yeah. It's a little strange. I can walk you guys through making wizard robes. This is the robe editor that we'll call him anonymous setup. And I ended up taking over a little bit and like pushing out. And you can take a color and put a piece on, and it does all of that section of robe, if that makes sense. Because it's all aligned to a sprite sheet, whereas like these pieces are alike and these pieces are alike, so they have to equal each other. You can't have like mismatched pieces. Is what I'm saying. This is probably the best robe making tool that Wizard 1 could have. And if Wizard 1 had online and it utilized this, can you animate them? No, but there is a sprite sheet. I have it, hold on somewhere. Oh, whoopsies, I had that open, okay. Assets, bundles, core, sprites, player. It's one of these. Here it is. They're not necessarily that, but I like this one a little bit more, but they're less quality. I added to stream avatars. Yeah, I was considering commissioning a VTuber modeler to make me a wizard, but I don't know. I don't know yet. Oh, there's also some unused sprites here, like him putting on the hood and like his eyes go like sparking. That's cool. These are some like the jump ones. His little slashes. Him falling over. I do think the death animation in the sequel is a little strange. He just kind of flops, you know. It's fine though. Well, I'm about done with my notes. What do you guys think? You want more Wizard 1 gameplay? I could probably I could do a little bit more boss rush. I'm kind of considering trying to get my record back. I'm gonna partition the stream right here, like I'm gonna pause it or do that one thing. I think there's like a dashboard you can access somewhere. Here it is. Nope, not the right thing. Manage stream, there we go. We go. DC'd? No, I'm still here. Add marker, I think, is what it is. Yeah, there we go. And this is like the second portion. I think I'm gonna do one more run, and then I'll think about if I hop on, I mean, honestly, I have access to the, very early demo, because there's like the EXE files, but that's about it. I'm probably just gonna wait until October 3rd to even touch it again, and then if I don't like how it feels, then I can't. If I don't like how it feels and I can't get used to it, then there is no me playing it, is the problem. It looks really similar to Hades so far. I'm gonna have to write some stuff up for it. Yeah, I feel the same way. I have faith, though. I have faith. No. That's fine. You know what, let's do a randomized aberrant deck run. This might make you guys go a little crazy off of my general knowledge of all of the Arcana. I'm just gonna pick one of the fucking crazy buff robes because it was just the closest thing, and it'll randomize it anyways. I'm looking for it, but I just can't seem to find it. There it is. Aberrant deck. Great. So now it should roll my shit. There we go. I'm on Myth's robe. Great. And this stuff is weird, but whatevs. Take your time. Yeah, I'd be down to fight you guys or play co-op either. If one of you has good connection, because I don't. Like, that feels so responsive, and the dashes are snappy. You can change directions instantly. Or at least prepare to really quickly. There we go, my dash is enhanced. Chaotic Rift's not going to stay on me for very long, because it's every time you dash rather than when it's off of cooldown, like most of the other ones for Aberrant deck. Yup, already gone. Ow. I have hope, but ow, that hurt, man. I'm thinking about it too much to play too well, honestly. Ooh, whoa, I want that. Also, the usage of time slow was notable. Oh yeah, you said something about that, yeah. Probably not, honestly. I've heard Australian Wi-Fi is pretty tough. All I could do is send my regards. I'll email you my moves. You fought Flamby, yes. He's nice. He's got good connection. He could probably host for us, but I can't host, and I know he can't either. Yeah. If we get Flamby to host for us, we can play for sure. That's usually what it is in the Wizard 2, or the Wizard PvP League, because we can't just, like, not everyone has access to really good internet. And so you end up finding people that want to play the game but can't, i.e. me, and then some other guy who wants to play the game but can't, i.e. everyone else with no connection. You find a guy who doesn't want to play but has good connection, and he hosts for you, but you're using that guy's computer the whole time, right? I don't know why I'm, like, thinking about getting hit intentionally to get my sig. I am getting hit a lot. Hold on. I don't know. I feel weird about playing it now that I'm thinking about it too much. Like Wizard 2, I mean. It's almost like my muscle memory is thrown off or something. strange. It's strange. I'm not sure how to feel about it too much. I might do like a wizard nuzlocke at some point, where I have to play the game with like X Arcana, and if I die with them, then I can't use them again, you know? Does that make sense? I kind of don't want to touch my save data too much, though. If I can find where it keeps the save data again, and I can just keep them separately, I'll do that, but... if not, then I don't know. Or maybe when I get the game on Switch and I get like Switch recording software, that'd be fine. Is there OBS on the Switch? I think Sweaty plays on the Switch, so I'd ask him when he gets back. If he gets back, you might just have to hop off entirely. It's much less late for him. I think he's on Western, I want to say, and you're in Australia, so it's about 11 a.m. for you. Unless you guys are 12 hours instead of 11 hours, which I'm... or 13 hours? I'm not sure. I don't know what the conversion is. But like, you see how Suman doesn't even have a beard here and he looks younger? It's a little strange that it's a precursor, but they have... maybe it has something to do with the Chalice of Immortality, but these guys also don't seem like elementals to me. They seem like just people. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to feel about it just yet. I'll probably have to look over my notes. I'm likely gonna make some sort of Google Sheet or something to pass on, because I think that's the best method for me. Flashy boots would never work in the sequel, you know that? Because the dashes just don't feel good. Interesting that their evade doesn't get rid of poison. Ow. Ow. It's hard to think about what the first game did perfectly without thinking about all of the other factors, you know? Ow. Ow. I'm probably gonna die if I fall into another pit. Or if I get hit by spy. Or if that happens. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna go review the recording and put it up on YouTube. I might hop back on. Tomorrow I'll probably be without power because of some tropical storms in my area, but it's whatevs. I will catch y'all later. See ya.